This is a very suspicious pair.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, are we trying to sound check? Mic check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to cause trouble.
Ladies and gentlemen, okay, let's stop the show. What's up, Africa? What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to my channel. And of course, welcome back to the Conversations with Femi. And today, I have Adekunle right here on set. It's good to see you, brother.
Let me tell you something funny.
Okay.
The last time I took an interview was October last year.
Okay, what happened?
That's when we just came out of the house.
Okay.
So this is the first in a long time.
All right, so we're about to
I hope not.
Squeeze the juice.
I hope not. Because there's a reason why I stayed away from it.
But it's good to have you here, man.
Appreciate it.
So, looking at how you have come from season 7 to the All-Stars, what was life before? I know before we get into every other detail, what was life before you even got on the show? I know you've told us your story and all of that, but just on the more.
I think I've given too much of a negative account of my life before, so I'll lead with a positive note.
Fantastic.
Life before Big Brother was it was calm.
Okay.
I had, for lack of a better word, freedom of expression.
All right.
I could say whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted to say it. And at the time, I was very involved in Nigerian politics. So
how Nigerian politics? I never saw you as a politician or something.
Yeah, but I was a political commentator.
So,
right from 2019, the elections, I was very involved. So I used to say how, in my opinion, the elected officials used to not live up to par.
Okay.
I can't do that anymore.
In terms of their campaign promises and all of that.
Exactly. I can't
They say what they can't do. Oh, okay.
So, life before Big Brother used to be peaceful and calm. Now if I go and say something,
we don't cast with that.
Every it's not worth it. So
you decided to drop that political.
I want to say yes or no, but not because of Big Brother, but just because of the way things are currently going on in the country. It doesn't look like our cries are being heard.
Yeah.
And I do not believe that I was put in Nigeria to be the savior. So just like everybody else, I'm just looking.
Okay. So after the season 7, you went into the house, a lot of things happened, and then you came out. What was it like? There were different narratives. You had beefs with people, housemates, Shex, Bella. There was doing, even though I know yourself and doing eventually. Yourself and doing eventually a cool now.
Yeah,
okay, good. So I know there was all of that, but how did you navigate those moments? Knowing that this is reality now, this is not. It's not the show.
I'll probably say this to the guys who are going into the house for this season. All right. And I'll say from my own personal experience, the mistakes that I made.
Yeah.
At the time when I went into the house, I was looking for a new. I said it before that I went into the house as a form of therapy, right? I was looking for a new experience, new situation.
Okay.
I forgot, not forgot. It didn't register in my mind that it was a game show. Right. So I went into the house looking for friends.
Oh.
So I approached everybody. Okay, you know what? It would be really cool to get to know this person. But at the back of my not at the back of my mind, the show, everybody is actually pitched against themselves because there's only one winner.
Yeah.
So coming out, going into the house twice, I'm able to, put all the cards on the table.
Fantastic.
And actually seeing things for what they were. And I just realized, okay, you know what? Something that I probably did with an open mind would have been interpreted as a strategy or a game show.
Yeah, because it was.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
So, coming from that realization, I don't get anybody mind again. So it is
that was for the All-Stars or outside of season 7.
All-Stars. I had a blast in All-Stars.
So was coming into the All-Stars. How did you get on the All-Stars? Were you cold?
Of course.
Okay. And when so when you got the call, did you think twice about it? Did you feel like it was like an opportunity to correct
Yes.
a previous impression?
Yes. That was the only reason why I went back into the house.
What impression did you think that people had of you?
To change the narrative. So when I went into the house the first time, I didn't have the opportunity to show the fun side of me.
Okay.
And there were narratives that just clouded who I was ultimately. So I just went back into, I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to show you guys a different side of me, a fun side of me.
I know.
And that's exactly what happened. And I introduced everybody to Bad Boy Dex.
Fantastic. So, and the All Stars. What was so? I know that before we go into all of the whole thing that happened in the All Stars, when you walked into the house, who were you shocked to see? Who did you see that you felt like, why is this person here?
I don't think I was shocked to see anybody because, as ironic as it might sound, most of the people I was in the house with, the house was the first time that I actually got to see most of them.
Okay, apart from people on your set doing
apart from people from my set,
yeah. Okay, and Lebaye too?
No, Lebaye I'm doing
away on your set. Yeah, great. Okay.
So I was just, okay, interesting. Oh, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. It was a very interesting experience. But the fact that we're all there, it didn't make it. There was no starstruck moments.
I see. Okay, so now basically, Adekunle has been shipped into a lot. I mean,
really good stuff.
I mean, I think you're the most shipped housemate.
Maybe
at the moment, because I feel like they're saying that Adekunle is with. There was time he was Allison, there was Rachel, there was Daniela. At some point, they even shipped you with Beauty. What happened
with
the whole shipping?
With which one of them?
With Beauty. She was a very good friend, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why were they trying to ship both of you?
I don't know. I guess people just like the idea of ships.
But were you shipping any of them?
No.
Like Daniela, Allison, Rachel?
No. Daniela and Beauty were my friends.
Okay.
But I guess maybe the fans just like the idea of me being in a relationship. So they picked somebody for me.
Okay.
Yeah, but both Beauty and Daniela were my friends. So
now we see, but I know, remember you came out to talk about, how there was nothing between you and the latter. So now my question would be, in All Stars, we saw you in Venita.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you've been asked, was that real?
This is the first time that this is coming up in almost a year.
Was that a real thing? Was the feeling mutual? I mean, I reviewed the show, and I mean, I definitely was, from Lagos Island, Adekunle, and all of that. Island boy in love.
So I'm gonna throw the question back at you. How long have you known me for?
Well, I've known you for about 2 years now.
Do I give off the impression of someone who would lie or pretend?
You would never lie or pretend.
I guess that answers your question.
So I want to know, but also you gave contrasting dispositions during the show.
I'll tell you what it is, right?
Good.
It's a 2-for-7 show.
All right.
Right. And you're not going to be able to see the starts through the end of something.
Yeah.
What you will see is what the production wants you to see.
Absolutely.
And I guess it was good camera. So they would highlight.
Give you a narrative? Is that what you're saying?
So when it was bitter.
Okay.
All that just, to make it look good. But I mean, just like every other person in a.
So this is my question.
Relationship.
What happened? Were you and Venita in a relationship in the house?
I'd like to think so.
You would like to think so.
Mm-hmm.
Did you think that she loved you as much as you? Who loved each other more?
So I wouldn't want to use the word love.
Oh, not in this. Yeah, okay.
It's too strong a word
for that scenario.
People who meet
on the show.
Exactly.
Okay.
Circumstances surrounding the house. It was too intense. But
did you have an understanding?
No, it was more than an understanding. I think when they were in the house together, it was a real thing.
It was a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened after that? The show was over, and it felt like you guys now started drifting apart. She wasn't sure. What were the conversations? Did you sit down to have a conversation with her when the show was over?
People come together. People don't come together anymore. I guess it just happened.
So are you trying to say that you guys just drifted apart? No conversations as to are we moving forward? Is this something that we want this to be real? Or did you have concerns about?
No, we did have a conversation about it.
What was the conversation like?
Just out of respect for her because she's also not here. And just, because of how the media can translate all of these things.
Okay.
I wouldn't speak on it. But yes, we did have a conversation when we came out of the house.
Okay. And your conversation was like, let's stay out of each other.
It was a conversation and it was an understanding, but the end result was not what was anticipated. But we did have a conversation.
So speaking about the end results, right? I followed, and there was a time that you were dragged online because
I'm always dragged
because you popped up in her video when she was trying to do a video, or maybe you were trying to do a video, whatever. And
that's
what happened there?
This is Omashala's wedding.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. I genuinely don't know. And I'm smiling because all of this is just really funny, right?
Yeah.
This is what I'd say, right?
Yeah.
Fans' interpretation to so many things are a bit interesting. A lot of the things that has happened in almost a year now, it's not really necessary. It's not really worth it, right? How people spin narratives, how people trying to paint pictures,
Yeah.
especially for two adults, is it's not necessary. That's the word I'd use.
But you already know that the fans will always be the fans.
Yeah, there was that, but it was also my first time being within a shipping community. I didn't know what it entailed. I didn't know how intense they would be.
Okay.
I was just doing me. And what I've come to realize is in the entertainment space, you can't get away with just being you. You have to compromise with it.
Okay.
Now, my compromise now is keeping quiet.
Oh, okay. So personally for me, I felt like both of you looked good together.
I saw clips, yeah.
Would he?
It was a cute.
It was a cute moment. There was a time you got her to "Whatever my eyes." I mean, that was a beautiful moment.
That song traumatizes me every time. Never going to lie. Every time I go out, it's like maybe the DJ just sees me. Once I step in somewhere, that's the first song they play. And I'm like, do I dance? Do I not dance? Is somebody recording? I'm just like, you know what? Let's just leave it up.
I mean, so do you still talk to Venita?
No.
Why?
We don't have a relationship. We don't communicate. We don't speak.
As a result of whatever happened, as a result of what do you think that the fans caused, as a result of the understanding that both of you had?
No. So the reason why I said I would not speak on this out of respect for her.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, I don't even know why. Okay, well, this is a me thing. It's just who I am, right?
There's something happened. Was there anything significant that happened? Do you remember?
A lot of things happened.
You want to share one that you know that will not necessarily put her in a bad light?
No, a lot of things happened, but
just share one. I mean, one we don't mind to hear.
A lot of bad things happened. That's why I'm not
behind the scenes.
Yeah, that's why I'm not going to share. But I don't. Regardless of everything that's happened, it's not public knowledge, right? So
yeah,
it wouldn't make sense for me to.
You also looking at you right now, I feel like you're emotional about it.
Am I emotional about it?
Yeah. Do you feel pained about
yes.
what happened?
Yes. Yes, a lot of things that happened shouldn't have happened. It was very unnecessary. There could have been a better
way to resolve issues.
Yes,
from your end or from her part?
From her part.
Okay, so I understand that relationships like that, a lot of fans wanted you guys to work out, but I think it would, regardless of whatever the fans are saying. I personally, I look at some relationships that are working out right now, and I'm shocked that they're working out because.
Please don't mention any.
I'm not mentioning any. I know. But watching the show, I realized that there's a difference between the show and the outside world. And it would definitely mean that, both of you can decide to make it work.
Yeah.
Did you want to make it work?
So, I'm not trying to be political, but I'm going to choose my responses carefully because, again, the internet can be...
No. The internet won't twist you. What you say.
The internet can be finicky. They find a way to misconstrue my words very well.
Okay.
So, I'll say this, right? Coming into the house, right?
All right.
It was the very first time in my life I would know about Venita.
Oh, wow.
I'm telling you. Contrary to what people actually seeing, getting into the All-Stars was the first time.
Okay.
I'd actually get to see it and know her. And regardless of everything that happened in the house, my resolve was, it's an intense space. A lot of things happen, emotions everywhere and everything. Come out of the house, right?
Yeah.
would be able to, things will be calmer, things will be a bit more balanced.
Yeah.
And we can then, draw the map for what direction do we want to take this.
Yeah.
And, that was what happened. But again, as I said earlier,
Yeah.
the end result was not what was anticipated. So the best line of action was just to
Redraw. Is Venita your kind of woman? If looking at it from the beginning, maybe before I ask you that, what was the attraction point?
And I cannot say that though, because when I said it's not my previous interview, it dragged me.
No. Like, what did you see in her that you look at a woman,
Mm-hmm.
you converse with her, and there's something you like. They feel like, okay, I think I like this. What were the things that you saw in her?
Just so that I do not get in trouble, I'm just going to say I thought she was interesting. Interesting is the safe word I'm going to pick here.
You thought she was interesting.
Yeah.
Was she interesting to you?
Yeah, she was.
Okay. Very good, I see. So, what did you learn from that, from everything that happened?
This is the first time in so long that I have spoken about Venita, and I don't know if I'm going to regret this, because just like the example in the video that you made,
Yeah.
People find a way of saying that I'm inserting myself in things concerning her because
Why?
I don't know. They say that maybe that's how I get ready.
But you just have to speak your truth. That's it.
It's not even about truth or anything. It's just. So okay. So this is going to be I've been advised, to brag more.
Okay, that's fine.
So I'll take one shot here. I don't need to speak about another person to be in the limelight.
Definitely.
Right. So just for the record, talking about my situation in the house is not because I'm trying to
definitely, of
trend
course.
or
Yeah, I get it.
or anything like that. It's just conversation. Just
Yeah.
putting it out there, guys.
Yeah.
It's just conversation. But yeah, no, this
Let's hear it.
This is going to affect me. I
Let's hear
haven't
it.
spoken about this at all.
Okay, so what's it?
No, it's just I don't know. Yeah, ask me something else. I'm being
I
very careful.
I want to hear it because I feel like, it's just you speaking your mind, and definitely whether you say it or you don't
I
say it,
spoke my mind in 2022, got me in trouble.
as long as you're not arrested by the police, that's fine.
Fair enough.
So what happened?
In the house or outside the house?
What you wanted to say?
I don't remember what I was going to say. I don't remember what I was
So this was me asking you about what were the lessons? What did you learn from that whole moment? You were going to talk about something.
What I genuinely thought was everybody in the house came to play a game.
All right.
Right? You don't really know who is who inside the house and I don't blame anybody. It's a game show. Everybody's supposed to come in the house with their own strategy, and it was fine, So for me, it was a case of, okay, you know what? When we come out of the house,
Yeah.
it would be an opportunity to see everybody differently
Okay.
outside, trying to win the money.
Definitely.
And so, in terms of what I learned, I would say that I didn't get the opportunity to know her outside the house. Whatever we had, it did not.
It didn't
last.
translate.
It didn't last that long outside the house.
How long did it last for?
It was very short. It didn't last long enough for me to get to know her outside the house. So the only memory that I have of her is the one we shared in the house.
But so,
I'm just saying that we stopped talking very earlier. Very
but
early.
looking at it from her own, I haven't seen her, have 1 or 2 conversations with people.
Mhm.
She also wasn't certain that you were going to, what if you were going to proceed, and this was based off of not knowing whether you were going to be interested in it.
Well, we already had a conversation about it, so I can't speak to the
I get
interview, but
Okay.
we spoke. We spoke very early on. Again, I'm not trying to say anything because
Yeah, I get
she's
it.
not here. She can't defend
I get it,
herself,
I
so
get it, I get
it
it.
shouldn't be like I'm saying something.
I
But yeah,
get it.
both of us had a conversation when the show ended.
If there was ever an opportunity, would you give it a shot with her? What if you decided to sit face to face and talk about it?
I can sit face to face with her. That's not a problem.
Would you?
But because of everything that has happened,
Yeah, you would not want to give it a shot.
nah, a lot of bad things happened. It was very bad.
Was there assault?
No, it wasn't. It
Good.
wasn't. It wasn't physical.
They were words.
Yeah.
Words said to you, made you feel that brushed your ego, bruised your ego, and
Not necessarily. It was the words, the actions. A lot of things happened. I'm not usually the quiet person.
I know, but
Then I went quiet for a lot of almost a year. There was a reason.
did that affect your emotional life or your relationship, the perspective of, or you wanting to stay out of?
It affected me personally because I saw the few ones that I saw. Anyway, I saw a lot of people saying a lot of derogatory things about me. People trying to malign my personality,
Okay.
and I couldn't speak up on it.
Fans or housemates?
No, the fans.
Okay.
And I couldn't speak on it. And the fans, they were not coming out of nowhere. The fans were saying things from an informed point of view.
What were the things that you saw that you remember, one or two?
I'm not trying to stir up drama.
Do you think like the age difference thing caused it? I mean, sometimes, some people, so you were in a space, but do you think like the age difference thing caused it? Like, oh, she's older than you and all that stuff.
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
Okay.
I didn't get the opportunity to know her well enough to speak on what she might interpret as the problem, but I just know the actions that were action towards me, and I know that they were not necessary because I wasn't going out of my way to make somebody else look bad. So I didn't understand why somebody else would do that to me.
So before I go into like other conversations, just to finally,
This would get me in trouble. Wow.
just to finally say, so that means that you're just saying that if there ever was an opportunity for both of you to sit down and have a conversation and probably give it a shot, you would never be interested in it.
I can sit down and have a conversation with her. I'm not running away from her.
But you would never
But
date her if
I know what she did to me. I know what she
and
did
they were
to me.
bad stuff.
I know. So make we just do our day. As you decided to show yourself, no problem. I will fight you.
Wow.
I'm gonna just stay away.
Okay. So was that the reason why you said that you don't want any fan gifts?
Oh no, that was from my previous experience.
Okay, wait. Did the fans give you any gifts this season? You've Adekunle and Venita shipped. Was there anything?
I mean, they tried. They tried.
What were the things that you received?
I didn't receive anything.
They tried to give.
Yeah.
Did you collect?
No.
Why?
Because I know how it works. The moment you take something, I don't know if it works with every other person.
Okay.
I know for me personally, again, I'm only speaking based on my own experience.
Yeah, personally.
From season 7.
Okay.
There are times when fans would give me stuff, and it was
Okay.
not ship. It was just people that they're not my fans anymore, but they were my fans, and they would always say, we gave you this thing, so you should do well. It became a case of, because you've collected from us, we demand certain things from you, and I don't operate like that. I'm not going to agree for you. So this time around, I just said, excuse me, you know what? I don't want anything from anybody. And I think it was also okay. I think I can probably speak on this one.
All right.
It was probably part of wahala. You know what's funny?
What's funny?
I went on an interview sometime last week,
Okay.
and I told the interviewer that from next year I'm going to lean into wickedness, but I don't think it's coming natural to me. But yeah, I'd say it was kind of like an entrapment.
Okay.
It was part of the things that happened. It was a case of, we got gifts for you. You should accept it, and my not accepting the gifts caused a bit of a problem.
Oh, you're not.
Okay,
so I get it. So one of the issues that both of you had was you not accepting the shipping gifts.
That's not what I said.
No, but I mean, I'm just trying to. That's why I'm trying to clarify.
It was
part of it.
It was something.
Oh, did you see any of the gifts? What gifts were there?
I mean, I was told what it was.
What was it?
I think the man.
Was there a trip for two?
I don't know. I don't know.
Were there gifts that probably were going to have both of you together?
Yeah, that's the one I was going to say. I'm trying to pick the words carefully, just so I don't disrespect.
No, I
fans for
get
their
it.
efforts,
I get it. But there were gifts that they got for
There was
two.
a picture frame of the both of us.
So you rejected the picture frame, or she took it, or you took it.
I don't know where the picture frame is, but I just didn't know what was going to happen to it. And position was, and I think it was very fair.
All right.
Me and this babe, we haven't spoken personally. What's happening is you guys are trying to enforce something
on us.
Based off what you saw. And I think it was very interesting to me because everybody keeps talking about, oh, this is what we saw in the house. But then we had final moments in the house and it wasn't particularly pleasant.
Okay.
A lot of people just wanted to ignore that part. Nobody wanted to address it. And then they just wanted to focus on.
Did you address it with her? That moment where
the final part.
Who was evicted first? She was evicted first before you, right?
Yeah, she was.
And you guys didn't even, it just felt like it was just there.
It
was that the defining moment of your ship with her?
I mean, we watched the show now. Unfortunately, I can't find videos of the dinner on the internet, which is a bit.
Oh yeah, well, we saw that part.
Yeah, exactly.
That dinner
was
it. If you,
do you know that? If I say this thing, man.
Now, I mean, so you know that
if I say this,
you know that dinner was a dinner that a lot of people felt bad about the dinner.
Yeah, and apparently I was the bad person in it.
Because they felt like there was a moment where, for a woman who she brought up the idea of the dinner, or you?
It was me.
It was you. Okay, I just to be clear. And then you got on the dinner, and then you said some things you were not. I'm going to reenact it. This is how I was all through. Yeah, so it felt like you were not in that moment.
To be very honest, and this is actually never been spoken of before. Man, I cannot believe you guys are bringing, man.
Well, we'll just talk about one.
Wow. But the reason why I stayed like this was because I was actually fighting tears. I even though it wasn't obvious, but a lot of the things that were said to me were pretty hurtful.
In the house?
At the dinner.
At the dinner? Oh,
that's why I couldn't speak.
So the reason why you couldn't speak at the dinner was because she was of the way she spoke to you.
Yeah. I just didn't understand it. So just like, all right, cool.
What do you think that she wanted from you that you probably were not given?
Well, I came out of the house and according to what I was told.
And according to what you also know.
No. According to what I was told.
Because we watched the show, right? Go ahead.
According to what I was told.
Yeah.
I had said something that got her worked up and she was reacting based on that.
What was that?
And I don't even remember saying it. That's how insignificant it was. But earlier that day we had I think we had a task, we had a wager presentation. Here.
Okay.
And I don't really remember. I think she had said something. And I think my response to that was I also said something. And what I said apparently was more severe than what she said. I said that I would invite her to my naming ceremony. So
she will not be the mother of the child.
Apparently. So that was what she reacted to at the dinner. But before then, I tried to have conversations with her.
But you didn't see that there was anything wrong with somebody that you...
I forgot that I even said it. Like, I wasn't thinking about it. It was just... She did something and I reacted to it. And my reaction was what I said.
Well, you know that the woman will react crazy to that, right? I mean, you're with somebody who you're like your lover or whatever you will call it. Mm. And then you said that she will come to your naming. Who should be at the naming if not her?
No, I get it.
Did you apologize for it?
We've had a conversation.
Oh, okay, so was that where the problem started from?
No. So, the media wouldn't know about this.
Okay.
We actually have had a conversation. We've talked about everything.
Okay.
Which is why a lot of the things that I say has happened that I'm not going to speak on, it actually hurts me because we don't yarn. Why used to do all these things?
What were the things that she was still doing after you guys spoke? Okay. All right. I just wanted to hear one. I wanted to know because, sometimes it's still just...
It was bad.
People just feel like, well, he's not saying what she did. So, no.
Yeah, and I know that, this would probably be... So, how do I put it now?
Was there one thing that you know?
Also, maybe because of my run the first time in the house.
Okay.
I'm being very careful about speaking on other housemates.
Okay.
So, and it's not a case of I'm trying to stir up old drama. And
of course,
like
definitely.
So,
if you were at the reunion, you'll be asked. That's fine.
I know. That's ended.
Okay.
Everybody's happy. We've
Ooh.
moved on.
I see.
So
Oh, so are you in a relationship now? I mean, there was a lady who saw you with
recently.
Tosin. What's her name?
This is my friend.
Oh, what happened with that whole narrative?
I have no idea. But if you notice, since then, I've not been able to take pictures with anybody now.
So
Because,
are you in a relationship right now?
as you said, most shipped. I'm in a relationship right now. When I get married, everybody will know.
Oh, beautiful. I see. Talking about relationships with other housemates, are you and Shex cool? Because I know that in season 7, you guys had like, it felt like a tug of war. You, Shex, Bella, are you cool with those two people?
We're not in the same circle.
Have your paths crossed? Okay. So you're saying that whatever stirred up at that point during your season has not been resolved?
Funny enough, it probably has, but I don't even think it was that big of a deal. Maybe back then, maybe it's 2 years now. I don't think it's that.
I mean, people have issues for 10 years, just saying.
Fair enough.
If you see Shex right now, would you say hi? Would you greet both of you?
We don't have a relationship.
So if you see him right now, you're not going to greet
It's
him?
not even it's not that we are on bad terms or anything. We don't have a relationship. We're not guys.
Okay.
The opportunity never presented itself. So,
but everything that happened in the house was never resolved. The whole issue fight.
No. But funny thing is, when we had the fights in the house, we actually spoke about it, I think the next day or 2 days after. No, it was the next day. We spoke about it the next day.
But it felt like, there was still a narrative going on in the house.
Well, that's the problem with the fans.
Okay.
We actually spoke about it.
All right.
He came and then he mentioned, how he feels about it. And I'm like, yeah, no, it's cool. It's no problem. It's no issue at all. But people would.
So do you think the fans generally have problems?
Define problems.
So when I say definitely the problems that you think they bring on from having different narratives about personalities in the house, relationships in the house. Do you think that if there were no fan bases?
I think if there were no fan bases, the housemates it would be easier for the housemates to build stronger relationships. I'll give you an example now. In 2022, my fans and Donny fans were at loggerheads.
Yeah.
It was war.
It was war.
Back to back to back to back to back. And then we went for All Stars. Myself and Donny did not speak in All Stars.
Throughout.
Apart from maybe when we were paired and we painted each other's faces with clowns.
But why didn't you guys speak throughout?
Because we already have history.
Yeah.
So it was just, let's not, well, for me anyway, I didn't want to come and re-earth any of all these things. But then we came out of the house, and to be very honest, I'd say I respect Doyin for that. And I mean, I initially had suspicions, but she did this away from the camera, and then she was like, okay, you know what? This and this and this is what it is. And my bad. If the opportunity presents itself, maybe give it another shot. And we're cool. And
you guys
that's what it
settled
is.
behind the scenes.
Exactly. And that's one of the reasons why I would respect her. She's a lot of things, Doing is a lot of things, but just she has my respect for that. And I'm glad that we're friends. And the fans are not at war anymore. So you can imagine if we never got to settle, there would always be that problem. So fans generally are a reason why housemates are always at loggerheads with each other. And the ironic thing is most of the housemates are actually friends behind the scenes.
Okay.
But because make una no vex. I beg no vex. But because most people are more concerned about branding and appeasing their fans, they would always lean towards the direction of what the fans say. For example, now, you're outside. Don't take a picture with this person. Or, this person is here, stay away from this person. I don't blame them.
Right.
Because again, look at the incident that happened at the wedding. I was in the video that I did not even know I was in, and then it became something else entirely.
Yeah.
So, the fans have good intentions. I'm not going to blame them. They do have good intentions, but too much love can be a problem.
Okay, I see. I mean, you can take a deep breath. All right, so let's talk about your projects. I know you had something to do with Convo for Lion recently.
Yes. So, I wonder if this would get me in trouble. I like making films.
Okay.
Right. I've always been very passionate about creating. my very first time in the house doing the techno projects. You know,
That was that techno project was amazing. Like, I mean, who would have thought that you'd never,
you know, and till now, that's still one of my biggest bags. Anyway, I digress. But yeah, so I'm very passionate about making films. Just before I went into the house as well, I used to make tie and dye. So I'm very passionate about culture as well.
Oh, beautiful.
So one thing that I want to do is I want to translate that passion into actually something more intense. I want to make short films actually and travel documentary, just exploring African countries, right? And apparently, I'm a very good writer.
Oh, nice.
I did not know about that. I discovered that I could write by accident. Also, maybe because I had a lot to say and I'm not confrontational. It's probably something I need to work on, but I'm not confrontational. So I just channel that energy into writing. But yeah, I'm a very good writer. And so pathway that I'm following now is writing and shooting documentaries and making short films, fashion films, travel documentaries, and making short films, as well as writing. Speaking of writing, I wrote a book in 2020. I was supposed to release it just when I came out of the house. I am grateful that I did not release it because, I'm just grateful that I didn't put it out there. But everything is working along the line of the book is going to come out this year and also very soon. It's a collection of short poetry, relatable poetry that people can relate to. It goes from a range of emotions, from love, anger, sadness, mixed emotions, complex feelings, and personal development and growth.
Okay.
So it's just a 360 range of emotions just jumbled down together in a collection of short poetry that people can relate to. And I really can't wait for it to be out.
I also saw you in a music video.
Yes. Yeah, it was a Convo production.
Oh, fantastic. The music video also.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. So safe to say that Adekunle is a creative, a proper creative.
I guess so. I ran away from that tag for the longest time, but I think that's what it is.
Beautiful. So, what projects are you working on at the moment, apart from your book?
I want to start a talk show.
Oh, beautiful. I mean, your voice. People say that you should be like a voiceover for Big Brother.
I want to start a talk show.
Beautiful. I see. What would it be about?
Let's keep it a mystery for now.
Okay, so I was going to ask. We have a lot of men who have gone on the show, Big Brother, and we have a lot of you have gone, but only a few people come out and stay at a particular good level. What's the problem?
I'm going to tag this with on pressure.
Okay.
Right. Not everybody who comes into the house is. So most of the people the fans, the viewers of the show, address the show as a talent factory, right? People go on the show, they come out and they expect them to do certain things or be able to live up to certain standards. And quite frankly, a lot of the guys who come on these shows, they're just guys. They have an amazing personality. They got selected, they came on the show, they lived their life, and that's just what it is. But then when certain expectations are put on people to live life a certain type of way.
Yeah.
So excuse me.
That's all right.
Especially one it's not really who they are. And when they just decide to say, okay, you know what, I'm going to do this for myself, the fans would interpret it as this person has fallen off. He has so much potential. This is not what we expected. This is not what we thought and everything. But nobody ever comes from the direction of saying, okay, let's actually talk to this person. Let's ask this person. Let's find out what this person wants to do. What is this person good at? Let's find a way to amplify this person's comfort zone, the skill, whatever talent that they have. But I think that also just reinforces the fact that the fans of the show are the fans of the show. The best advice I can give to anybody is when you go on the show, yes, the noise would be intense. The noise would be beautiful. It can lead you astray. The best thing that you can do for yourself is find fans for yourself. Because come rain, come sunshine, those are the people that would always root for you. And that's always the best thing. You don't need to have 100,000 people rooting for you. If you have 100 people rooting for you, it's fine. You'd find out that the strength is not really in the numbers. It's just in having people who are true and genuine to you.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I wouldn't naturally say that I have the biggest fan base, but I have the most intense fan base.
Okay.
Because
Most of them are women. I know.
I mean, yeah, about
No, they come say, oh,
about 80% of them are women.
Adekunle's a fan.
And you know what's more interesting? When I came out of All Stars, I think my fan base extended to the men as well. I think that's one of the things that I'm appreciative of. I came out of the house and there were a lot of men that say, Adekunle, I liked you, I watched you the Arsenal. I'm like, this is actually good. So
I'm also seeing the lover boy side of Adekunle.
Is that why? I don't know why.
I don't think because people like love stories. So because see, you had a different narrative on your season and a different narrative on All Stars. And it feels like most of the time, ships, regardless of how people put it, a ship will always get people to talk about it.
What I would say to that is everybody has their own identity.
You're right.
You can't shrink somebody's personality into maybe 2 weeks on the show or maybe 70-something days on the show. Whatever you see on the show it's a temporary reaction. It's constructs, right? It's because of the situations that are happening. Because
no phone, no whatever,
exactly. When I went into the house, right? For example, now if anybody would see me, naturally nobody would think. People would think I'm quiet,
Yeah.
But if you hit my car in traffic, you see a different side of me.
Right, you weary.
Exactly. I'm not. I mean, I regret that people saw that side of me in the house, but I'm not a pushover. If you come for me, I'll come for you back.
As an island boy.
Exactly.
Definitely.
My approach to being quiet on the internet with a lot of things that's happened, it's not because I'm scared, it's not because I'm afraid, it's just because I've decided to be the more mature person. I'm just like, you know what, silence is better, this will blow over and everything at the detriment to myself.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, you know what, I just want this thing to go over and I can move on and focus on my life, But when I'm on the show, that side of it is not going to come out because I didn't go on the show to start changing it for anybody.
Yeah.
So certain people that you live with under certain circumstances would bring out the different side of you. So this is just to say that, fans that have strong opinions about housemates, they need to reel it in a bit and just understand that even if they were in the same position as well, people will get to see them and judge them differently.
I see. So I mean, 2 more questions and
All right.
definitely. So there's been a lot happening in the country of late.
Uh-huh.
What are your thoughts? People they see shege.
What are my thoughts?
Yes, things are expensive from the leadership. Do you think that the leadership even knows that some things are going on? Because I'm beginning to think that
I've tapped out. Right.
Yeah.
But this one actually pains me because I like Nigeria. Right. And I'm actually going to say this. This one has been burning in my mind for a long time. I'm going to blame the younger people that are associated to this government, the people my age, who by some form of opportunity, they are now affiliated to the government, special advisors or assistants or media aides or whatever. We've always said, we want the young people to get into office and we're going to do a change. You guys are actually there now. And you know what's exactly going on because while you are there, you have friends who are not there and they are complaining. But instead, you guys want to live it up. You want to post pictures. You just want to claim that you are associating and you're watching the country that you're going to grow into deteriorate. It's not, I don't think it's fair because you have the opportunity to do something. And while a lot of people might say, well, I'm not there, I don't really understand how it works. It's a case of, look, as long as we decided to associate, you are part of the problem as well. You're the younger generation that we've looked up to. You're the younger generation that we hope would give a change. I do not expect the people in charge to do anything differently because they are who they are. They've been who they are for the longest time. But the younger people who are there, you are there for a reason. It might look like I don't understand, but at the same time, it might look like you've been paid to do what it is. But come on. That translates to a lot is actually happening. You can actually do something. Whatever that is, that's left to you. You guys have decided to associate with them, but I'm going to blame the younger people.
I'm going to blame the younger people for what's happening right now.
Mm-hmm.
How much
younger people associated with
that
government? Yes.
How much do you think that they can do? Because I look at it from the standpoint.
A lot of the decisions that are being made, especially in the media space, who do you think is advising them? Exactly, and I think. Again, maybe what I said is not detailed enough because every now and then I'm scrolling on X, right, and I'm seeing younger people come up with conspiracy theories. They gaslight citizens. deliberately. And I'm just thinking, if somebody young can do this, we are in for it. Because I do not imagine. And again, it's their job. That's what they're going to say and everything. But if your job is going to entail you, nah, it's really bad. But yeah, if your job is going to actually involve you, if your job is going to make you say certain things that you know are lies, all in the name of it is politics, then I don't think there's any hope for Nigeria, because you are going to grow into these older people that are currently leading the country.
And being power.
And by virtue of you already being associated with the government, you already have a head start. So that means any one of them can start to run for office tomorrow and they will get in. And it doesn't look like anything is going to change. They're just going to continue from where they started off. So if you're a young person and we're saying, they're the leaders of tomorrow and you should be able to do some form of change. I mean, again, I understand that it is politics, so opposition will go against themselves, everybody will fight and everything. Fair enough. If I was in the government, right, it's a case of, look, we understand this and this and this is what's going on, right? We're not particularly oblivious to the situation of the country, right? We are going to try, we're going to work things out. At least let the people understand that, you are empathetic about what's going on in the country.
Happening.
But it's not that you now put it in their faces and say, well, me, I'm fine, or me, I'm sorted out, or me, I'm okay. And then you start to insult us. It doesn't make any sense. What do you think, that you're going to be in power forever? Power is transient. Your time will finish. It might not finish in 4 years, it might finish in 8 years, but it will finish. And the country that you failed to help build will be waiting for you.
Your children will take over. They'll continue.
Affect you. I mean, we're literally all living in a glass house, whether you're associated with the government. You know what I actually think is very funny?
What's that?
A lot of the young people, a larger percentage of the younger people that, actually fights the other young people who are clamoring for things to be better. If you check it, they're not directly associated to the government. It's a case of, I know somebody that knows somebody. So are you doing what you're doing just so you can gain favors? How far do you think that would take you? This is actually why I tapped out, because when I think about it, when I think about all the good that can come out of Nigeria and how things are just really messed up right now, it actually breaks my heart. And I'm just like, you know what? I don't think this is a burden that I want to put on myself anymore. So
that's the reason why a lot of people are buying
anything they want to do.
But would you go into politics in future?
I genuinely,
What state are you from?
Lagos State.
Oh,
That's why
So do we look at you going for House of Assembly or councillor or something?
Last year I wanted to. Currently, my position on venturing into Nigerian politics is shaky.
Why?
Because if the younger people there can't do anything, that means I'm going to go in there too and I'm going to start dining with them. I've always been an advocate for change. If I can't do anything, I might as well just stay out of the ring. I'm not
beat them, you join them.
I'm not trying to join them. And I think that's maybe a lot of people will look at it as a gullible factor, or I'm not crazy for power, right? I don't want to get into office and then start riding big cars and then start commanding whatever. I actually want to get into office and change. I grew up in Lagos Island. I came from Lagos Island. If you know what Lagos Island is, you would know how people in Lagos Island are not living up to their capacity. I'm one in a million, that came from Lagos Island and got to world stage. And a lot of people in Lagos Island actually have the talent, they have what it takes to actually comfort. But just by the construct of your environment, you are limited. So my venturing into politics would actually be to advocate for change and actually make change happen, starting from my immediate community. But seeing as, that future doesn't look realistic because of what is currently happening, I don't know. Maybe the next election cycle, things might be different. When I see that there's a little bit of change or hope.
And they're trying to push for 6 years right now, for one term, 6 years.
We can't do anything about it. They push for a new national anthem. There's nothing we can do about it. So I've really tapped out. It's really sad, but I've really tapped out.
I mean, I even saw a pastor say that, when somebody said, when your pastor said you sing a new song this year, you all shouted amen. Now we have a national anthem.
I've muted a lot of things in Nigerian politics because I'm just like, you know what? It's easier for me not to lose my cool over something I can't control. 6, what's it called? 6 year
single term.
6 year single term, original government. I watch the Democracy Day thing. I'm just like, Nah, man. It's a shame. It's really a shame.
So you're thinking that Nigeria will not be good anytime soon?
I mean, I don't think so, because the government actually has the capacity to do a lot better, but somebody's advising them to do otherwise. That's why I'm saying I'm going to blame the advisors, and they're the younger people.
Okay, because I was having a conversation with someone, and it seems like the presidency, or when I say the president, does not even know that some things are going on. Because sometimes when you hear his speech, you'll be like, okay, but you're like, about things are happening.
If that's the case, who is informing the president?
Because he's the president, he's put people in charge.
Exactly.
He can't see everything.
The people informing him, who are they? They're the younger people. Because those are the ones that are doing the work. I do not expect the older people to be on social media paying attention. They will have aides, special advisors, assistants to do that. So those are the younger people who are interfacing with us, complaining and saying all this, and they're the ones giving the reports.
Wrong report,
Exactly.
you would say.
So this is why I'm blaming the younger people. Because they know, they can feel the pulse, but they're not doing anything because they can go to club and pop bottles because...
It's okay. So finally, if given a chance, will you see go on Big Brother?
I would actually want to.
Well, you've done All Stars.
Exactly.
Except there's like a Big Brother Africa. Maybe you have a Big Brother Africa season for people who have gone before.
Yeah, but I mean, I like the experience of the house.
All right. A lot of people complain about it, but you like it?
Yeah. I mean, it's not all great. It's not all great, but... And I think maybe it's because of my second time. I approached the house as a game show. Like I went into the house saying, okay, you know what? This is not real. I mean, that was how I survived for the first 2 weeks.
Right.
A lot of things were happening. You know, it was also new. The rules changed a bit. So I'm just like, you know what? This is a game. Remember, this is a game. If you check, there's probably no bad clip of me.
This from All Stars.
I was very intentional. I'm like, nah, this thing with this person they do, you know, real, not game. Hold yourself tight. So I'm just like, yeah, it's a game. It's a game. Just remember, you're here to have fun, catch crews. I think the only thing I regret, no, not the only thing. Not the only thing. I hardly regret things. I regret one of it now. I'm not going to talk about it. I regret it. But the other thing that I regret, I wasn't intentional enough with the games in the house.
Okay.
The task. I was just playing. Because I'm just like...
You would have won a lot of money?
Yes.
What are you saying? Did you win any money at All Stars? How much did you win?
I can't even remember, but I think I was the highest or the second highest. And I wasn't even putting in.
And you got your money?
Yeah, of course.
Beautiful.
Did they give us our money now?
Beautiful.
Give us our money.
Yeah. Just
That's so that I in hindsight I would have played the games more because apparently I'd be good at the games.
Yeah. You and your girl in the house were good at the games, I would say. But
Yeah.
you guys were like creators. For me, I loved your combination because both of you were creators.
I mean, if things were handled differently, talk to me.
So I felt like there were two. These were like two alpha. Are you not alpha male? These were like two people whose heads were correct,
Who had strong
who
personality.
had strong personalities, and at some point it was clashing. I remembered one where you literally had to sit out being active in a task because your girl was she giving you orders?
I don't even remember, but I'm just saying. And well, I can't remember that happening, but I would just say that if something like that happened in the house, you can imagine what happened outside the house, away from the cameras. Yeah.
So I'm surprised because just thinking about all the things that could have happened behind cameras, like words were said.
There was no assault, though.
I know no assault.
There was nothing physical, though. Please, so but it was really bad.
But words were said.
You would think that. According to her, anyway, she's more experienced and all that. You think that she would handle things differently?
More experience in relationships?
I don't know. That's what she kept on saying. That I'm more experienced. I mean, she kept on drumming it in me. I'm more experienced. I'm just like
in the house, or outside the house.
I'm just like,
okay. More experience in a task or in handling a relationship.
I don't know. But it was just something that she said a lot, and I'm just wondering why. You think that, but I digress. You think that coming out of the house you'd handle things differently. It was. I'm not going to lie you. Regardless of how I had a quiet disposition about this entire thing.
Yeah.
I was disappointed. I was disappointed. I really,
You're disappointed in her.
I'm disappointed in her. I'm disappointed in how she handled things. I'm disappointed in how things turned out because she might never say this, right? I would actually speak on this one. She might actually never say this, or maybe she might. I don't know. When I came out of the house,
Right.
Again, I did not know her. I
Yeah.
didn't know anything. I never watched her season.
All right.
So I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know any of the story. So when I came out of the house, when we're still talking, she would call me and talk about how, people are trying to malign her character, people are coming at her and everything. And because from my previous season, I had a bit of experience.
Yeah.
Right? So it's a case of, okay, do this, don't do this. This is how you should approach. It's like I was there for her. I would advise her, tell her how to handle things. So how everything just shifted and just became something else, it was really shocking. And so my takeaway from that personal experience is, maybe just don't be nice to everybody. So that's why I'm leaning towards the choosing wickedness
As a
kind of
lifestyle.
life. Yeah, because
But you guys were good. You were saying that she was calling you and saying how people were trying to malign her, image and all of that.
I was there for her.
So what was the tipping point?
I have no idea.
So you
That's
just
what
wake up one morning and then she goes all on you?
I actually promise you that's what happened.
Did you ask her why she was reacting in that way?
I know we did talk about it, but I literally woke up one morning and everything had toppled. So it was a lot of things were said, and I'm just like,
why were a lot of things said? What did you do?
It wasn't me. I didn't do anything.
Who did what?
Ah.
Was it somebody that said something? Was it a friend that said something? I'm just asking because if you claim, so this is it. If you claim that somebody did something, went all in you, something happened, or was it a trigger? So who did what? You didn't do that. So who did?
I'm trying to, again, because she's not here, there's no,
Yeah.
We can't have that back and forth. I'm trying to say, okay. When you come out of the house, a lot of people say a lot of things.
Yes.
Right? There are always different narratives, I will say because of a lack of experience with handling the noise.
Okay.
I know she was famous before Big Brother, but Big Brother fame and fan is completely different.
Different right now.
So I'd say because of a lack of experience of that, she took in a lot of information she wasn't supposed to take in. So there will be different opinions. People will come and insult you. Fans will say this. They will say this person insults you and all. She took in a lot of that. And she reacted based off that. So the morning I wake up and
she just says she's not interested.
If she said it was, she's not interested, that one is fine now. She said things to me. And I'm like, okay, you know what, hold on.
Cursed you out and all.
Like, okay, you know what, hold on. Let's actually address this. And she just kept on going off. When was this? This was in November.
2023, last year.
Yeah.
So how did you react to it? Where did this conversation happen?
Where did it happen? Over the phone.
Oh, so this wasn't a physical sit down, talk about it.
Nah.
She just called you.
Called me out.
How did the conversation start?
She sent me voice notes.
That was how it started? So who did the calling? Did you call her or she called you after the voice note?
I didn't call her.
Did you respond to the voice note?
I did. We had a conversation about it, and
then it got to a call.
I tried to settle it, but I'm just like, you know what? Why am I taking this disrespect? And that was it.
Was that the last time you ever had a face?
That was the last time we spoke.
And then you guys saw at Shola's wedding. Did you guys say hi to each other there?
Nope.
Okay.
I don't know how to pretend. If I'm not cool with you, I'm not cool with you, regardless of anything. I'm not trying to save face for anybody. I'm not cool with you, I'm not cool with you.
So back to my question. What caused that?
Taking in conversations from the public. I don't want to say fans, but taking in conversations and different opinions from people.
I just feel like somebody sees a comment online and then uses it to react to you. Was it something you said?
I didn't say anything. Just different people have different opinions. It's just what it is. And so, if me and you have some form of friendship now, broship,
Yeah.
and somebody comes to me and say, you said XYZ about me. Alpha, guy, what's you talk? Why you talk this kind of thing? Understandable, right? We are bros, right? But for someone who you were in a relationship with, your approach would definitely be different. I wasn't given that courtesy. Instead, I was insulted. And I decided to not be disrespected, and I removed myself from the situation.
So how did you just stop talking to her from then on? Did you send her a message after the phone dropped?
No. I said, yeah, this is it. That talk to me again.
Did she reach out to you after that?
Not directly.
Through some housemates? Okay. I'm not going to ask you to mention names, but well, if you want to mention them, who did she reach out to you about?
No, it wasn't. This is now where a lot of the bad started to happen.
So did you guys have another sit down?
Nope.
So what were the bads that happened after that?
Again, I should say this right. I'm not trying to paint her character in a negative way. This is a situation of two people who are together, who are no longer together, and things went bad. Things went sour. That's just...
How did it go bad if you said you were done?
That's between both of us.
Oh.
Both of us know... Well, okay, actually, no, I will say this. Between the both of us, I know the other people that she told.
Oh. She told about whatever happened.
Yeah.
Obviously, this was a case of now they have different narratives of whatever happened.
No, well, there's one narrative, but...
What was the narrative?
Well, I don't know. We are not together again.
Okay, so that's... but do you think she's an amazing, good person outside of the relational space with you?
To be fair to her, right? Again, I did not get the opportunity to know her that well outside the house.
I get it.
Wish I did, but it didn't happen.
Just maybe it could happen.
I doubt it.
You doubt it, you're not saying
I doubt it.
It's not a case of yes or no.
I doubt it, I give people a pass a lot, right? Especially even people that I know they've hurt me once many times, right? But I don't think it's good for my mental health. Because if I know that you've done me bad, but I'm still making excuses for you, even when you are not taking accountability for it, it's not doing me any good. So this was an eye-opener. I'm not gonna lie. This experience, I regret that it happened, but I'm also grateful that it happened at the same time because I did get a lot of lessons from it. So this one, she's not gonna take accountability, and that's fine. Wish her well. You know, I hope she succeeds in everything that she does.
So when a relationship doesn't work, two parties are involved. Do you think there was a thing that you did that was wrong to her?
It is possible.
Do you think that there was anything that you probably remember that you did?
It is possible.
That probably triggered her?
It is possible. I'm not going to lie. I'm not perfect. It is possible.
Okay.
But this is what a conversation would have helped to resolve.
I get it. Rather than have words thrown and all of that been said. Oh, fantastic. I see. Woo. So, Adekunle, it's really good to have you here. What other things did we...
An interesting conversation that will put me in trouble for the next couple of weeks. Don't cut this part out though.
No. Definitely it will be here. So I'm just what other things should we look out for from you? I know you have a talk show coming. Your book is coming in a few months or weeks out.
In a few weeks.
Definitely. I mean, I want to read what you've written, right? Who are your go-to guys in the house? Top 3.
Top 3 go-to guys in the house.
Yeah.
Tolani Badge.
Okay.
I said Tolani Badge because I talk to Tolani a lot. Me and Tolani are very cool.
Okay.
I actually have a lot of guys, but we don't talk as often.
Okay.
Right? So, talk to Tolani. I talk to Lucy. I talk to Sheyi. I talk to Neo, actually. Regardless of all people on the internet think. Me and Neo are actually very cool.
What do the people on the internet think?
I know that one is for them. I'm never going to get into that. Me and Neo are actually very cool.
Okay, good.
Why can't I remember? Kid Wire as well.
Okay.
Have you mentioned Sheyi's name?
Yes, you have.
Okay. Who again was in the house?
Ilebaye.
Ilebai. We're cool, but we don't talk as often. It's you can imagine. I shout out to the winners. That's a different journey, different story entirely. So, it's not easy, but she's handling it very well. But yes, Ilebai is my baby. Who again was in the house?
We had.
Funny enough, Donyi is one of them.
Okay.
Who again was in the house?
Mercy, CC, Alex.
Okay, I'm cool with Mercy. I don't think there's
Pere.
No, Pere don't.
Why?
We don't. No, it's not anything bad. We just don't. I'm not even sure. I don't think it's in Nigeria.
Did you guys have an issue with the All Stars?
Yeah, but we squabbled it. We settled it in the house.
Okay.
It wasn't a big. It's not. We're not bad though.
Okay,
but we just.
Okay.
I mean, I like to think we're cool. If there's anything I don't know, but I like to think we're cool. I don't think there's. I think I'm cool with everybody. I'm sorry, guys. I can't remember everybody. No vex.
I know.
AC, they blow me. But there's just probably only one person that I'm not cool with, for obvious reasons. But other than that, I think I'm cool with every other person in the house. We don't talk as often, but I think I'm cool with everybody in the house.
It's really good to know where your headspace is at the moment. I haven't shared everything that you know. You have done, you've been through, and all of that, right? Definitely wish you the very best, moving forward. And then, yes, looking forward to your wedding, like you said.
When please, they should not go and interpret. Actually, I don't even care. You guys should interpret however you want.
Like he's saying that whenever is getting married, you will know his babe. That's what he's saying.
Maybe you will not even know yourself. I've been too cautious. I've been too careful. Just trying to be careful what I say, how people interpret it. Quite frankly, it's a burden, and I don't think I can do that anymore. So I had a very wonderful conversation with Olufemi Daniel. I did say a lot of things that I haven't spoken about in a long time. I don't know how you guys are going to interpret it. You might drag me for it. It's not going to be the first time you drag me for it. I wish you guys the very best. It was. I had fun entertaining you. What else? I did not lie. I am not looking for continuous drama. I did not say any of the things that I said because I want this matter to go on and on and on and on and on. Femi just kept on pressing me because he's looking for gists. I tried my best to give him the gist that I think is safe, and however this turns out, man, Hakuna Matata, you guys. We're going to meet for war fronts.
It was good talking to you, brother.
Appreciate it.
It was good talking to you. Thank you for coming, ladies and gentlemen. Adekunle right here. So good to have you. I'm excited. Okay, guys, so if you've not subscribed, hit the subscribe button, turn on your notifications. And until next time I come your way again, it's bye for now.